tearing out pieces of me to replace the broken pieces of you. Tearing out, tearing out.
Hello, healthy family, and welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for coming and sharing some time with me. I love and appreciate you all. Before we jump into the video of our children, I wanted to kind of clear something up. On Tuesday, I was on Black Magic 363's live call-in, and I was speaking with Sister Myra Moss, and I told her that since I'd given birth last year and I started doing my readings, I noticed that some of the people that I give readings to, I can still feel the energy lingering on me. So I asked her for some pointers on how to help clear my energy fields. And she told me things I was already doing. I sage, I ground, I walk, but it's just a reminder for me. She told me hug a tree, which hugging trees help ground you. Their center points, their chakras, their energy will pull some of the energy that you have within your body. So I know that that's something that I've been doing. There's actually a tree that I've been looking at. It's a 200-year-old tree at a park here in our home, and I was like, man, I need to hug that tree. I need to give that tree some love. So actually, before I fly out today, because I'm traveling, I'm going to go hug that tree. But I'm good. I'm good. I got a couple emails. I had some readings yesterday, and they're like, hey, we saw you on Black Magic. I had someone come and comment on one of my old videos. Like, I'm good. So thank you for the concern. But, you know, we all need reminders. We all need confirmations. No one is perfect. You're always growing. No one knows everything. So I do appreciate the pointers and the tips that's coming from everyone, but I'm good. All right. So on today's video, we are going to talk about the children. And I have spoken about this before. I've done a video on the children, but I wanted to kind of bring it in again because a lot of the time our children get overlooked. We don't look at them as little tiny human beings. We don't look at them as little adults. We don't look at them as having their own personality, their own attitude, their own thought process. We usually take on the role of, you're a child, you don't know much, you're very inexperienced, listen to me, I'm here to raise you, teach you, mold you, influence you, whatever capacity you have in a child's life. A lot of times, because we're adults and we're grown, we feel that we have the right to kind of overshadow what the child may be trying to do or say or express, right? So these children in this generation, and I kind of touched on this in my live stream video of my birth story. I did that on Sunday, so it is up on my channel. If you didn't see that, go check me out, right? I had a couple surprise happenings in my birth, but in my birth story, yeah. But with these new children that are coming in, okay, we have different classes, different generations, different waves that came on at different frequencies. All right. Right now, the wave that I'm in, I was born in the 80s. I am a part of the anchors that are set to kind of change the energy, change the paradigm. Anyone that was born in the 80s, we came in to be here at this point in time, right here and now, so we can shake things up. Okay, we chose to be born in the 80s so that when things started popping off, like the pandemic and forced mandates and all these criticisms and um, destructive behaviors of people in the here and now, we are meant to speak up about it, right? Say, no, 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 that's not right, right? Kind of change things down, kind of bring in the balance, okay? The children that were born in the 90s and very early 2000s, they are part of the tech world, the innovation, they're ushering in, they're all about wearable technology and how to utilize certain things. They were born in the tech era, and they weren't really known. They weren't really supposed to be going through a lot of hardships. They weren't really supposed to know a lot of hardships. So like the 90s and the early 2000s, you know, that vibration, the music was good, the movies was good, the clothing was good, the attire was good, everything was cool, right? Even though the language, it was cool. Everything was very mellow, okay? Now coming from like the early, like mid 2000s, like 2010 or so, and on, those children coming in, they are very headstrong. They know what it is that they want to do. They go against the grain. They're raging against the machine. Most of them have not followed in the footsteps of their parents' religious beliefs. They set their own trend. They know what it is that they want. And some of them also may not be very vocal or very verbal because they like to speak energetically, right? Not so much telepathically, but energetically, even artistically or creatively. Okay, so those children also came in to kind of usher forth the tech world to make life a little bit easier. Okay, that's why a lot of people are like, man, y'all generation, y'all so soft. Because back in my day, I was G.I. Joe out. I have Bazooka Joe and all this. I mean, that's all good and dandy, but that was the energy for then. The energy of right now, the war that those children are having to fight is coming on a psychological, on a technological type era. Okay, they don't need to go out. I mean, of course, we all need to be fit and be aware of certain things, but they weren't really meant to hold the guns and um, do certain things that the older generations were. That's why sometimes you see a lot of mass shootings because there's confusion happening between the video games, between the movies, but also the older generation saying, "Oh yeah, you need guns, you need to do this, you need to do that." And now they don't have a way to express this energy. So now they're using it at a capacity that is destructive instead of constructive, okay, which is really what they were meant to be, right? If they had the right upbringing and the right construct, if the generation before them weren't so muddled and confused and they were able to train them appropriately, then you would see things completely different. So, because of that, this new wave of children coming in from like 2018, 2019, the energy that they came in from 2018, 2019 on, um, until another paradigm shift happens. Those children are coming in with the energy and frequency of crap, we got to clean some stuff up, okay? So they're coming in, they're moving fast, they're communicating faster, they're walking faster, they are more observant, they seem a little more advanced, they look a little more mature, they are more aware because they're like, okay, things are getting befuddled, they're getting lost in the sauce. We got to come in, we got to move fast, we got a lot of stuff we got to catch up on, okay? And because of this, the powers that be, those that are in control, those that run and create the curriculum, the education, the laws, the everything, they always know, they have known forever that the children are the future. Okay, the children of today are the leaders of tomorrow. All right, everything that you're laying down, that you're doing, all the foundations that you're putting down, all the money you're earning, everything you're doing is not really for you. Okay, all the things that you recycle, all the things that you throw away, all the emissions that you put out, it's not really going to affect us. It's going to affect the next generation. Okay, those that are teenagers, those that are children, it's going to affect them. So those that control the narrative, they like to play on the psyche of children. That's why certain TV shows, they have imagery. That's why they want to come into the children's school. Then they want to teach them certain things, right? They wanted to take out the structure and the discipline and the religion. They wanted to take out the freelance thinking, and they want to put everything standardized. Everything is standardized. Here, boom, you got to do this, fall in this range. I'm going to score you here. I'm going to do this here, right? Some like to say everybody's a winner, everyone gets to participate, everyone gets an award, instead of letting people know, hey, or letting these children know rather, if you don't put forth effort, you do not get a good result. You're not going to get what it is that you're looking for, right? So we must do our due diligence. If you have influence in a child's life in whatever capacity, parent, grandparent, auntie, uncle, sister, brother, cousin, neighbor, mentor, it doesn't matter what you are. But if you have some influence over a child's life, you need to always try your best to feed their creative thought so that they can stay tapped in, tuned in, and turned on to their highest, greatest nature. Don't allow them to grow up in the confusion. If they go to school, when they come home, take some time to dissect what it is that they went through in school. open up those channels of communication, and then implant your seeds. Implant what it is that you need to do. A lot of us adults are walking around hurt, mad, angry, disoriented, triggered on a constant basis because when we were younger, we didn't have anyone that we could speak to, that we could voice, that we had a safe space to convey to. So these children that are coming in, these rainbow children, these crystal children, they're moving on a different frequency, and we can all stand to learn something from them. Okay? Each one teach one. It falls in the hands of the children as well. They're not here just to babble and be cute. They're not here to be seen and not heard. Okay? They have something to say, they have something to contribute, and we all can stand to take the lead or pull an example from their book. Now, does that mean the children are right all the time? No, of course not. They're children. Okay? They go through the same veil of forgetfulness as we do. But with the knowledge that you have now, it is imperative that you instill it in them so they are prepared to wage the war that they came in here to handle. Okay? Because remember, this third world war is not one where we got to pick up guns and go fight on the front lines. Okay? It's all technological and it's all psychological. All right? Take Ukraine and Russia, for example. A lot of it is being played out on the TV. The Ukraine actor president has been traveling all around the friggin' world, going on TV, accepting awards, giving speeches. A whole bunch of his stuff is on green screen. Like, cut it out. It's all technological. So once you allow yourself to understand that the things that you know is very minuscule, okay, and that you can instill or convey these minuscule ideas that you have into this big bright mind of these children that you have in your life in whatever capacity. Once you realize that, you will start to gain so much more, and you'll know how you can influence, you'll know how to protect, you'll know how to save. So many of our children go missing because their energy is so ripe that those who use it for, I don't want to say evil, but they use it for unrighteous things, it makes them so much more powerful. So you got to protect the kids. Watch the children. Don't let the children be on technology all day, be on the phone scrolling and being programmed by different things. You got to come in and instill different programming. And if you're not a parent, but like I said, you have influence on some capacity, don't feel that you're not making a difference. Protect the children at all costs. You see children fighting, break it up. Okay? Step in, intervene. You see a child crying, try to help them. Show some empathy. And if a child is trying to tell you something, because most children do not learn how to lie. Most children, because some of them have some chemical imbalances, but they don't know how to lie or embellish certain things until about age 6 or 7. So young babies, they're telling you something, listen to them. You see them staring off at something, or you go to hand this baby off and they start crying and screaming, it's for a reason. Okay? All right. So that's all that I have for you today. I love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much for coming and sharing some time with me. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love.